Hello, everybody, and happy Saturday. We're in 2024, the human new year. And I say human because, as we know, there are more than 12 moon cycles, and the new year actually doesn't happen until the spring. This is very much hibernation time, so please don't stress yourself out with thinking, I have to make all of these, New Year's resolutions and I have to stick to them and I have to keep doing them. All of that is just going to be a mind bleep. You know what that is. Don't weigh yourself down with that. First off, the new year is in the spring. This is hibernation time. They obviously changed this. When I say they, you know who they is. They obviously changed this because they wanted to throw us out of cycle with the alignment of us and the earth. And as you know, everything is connected. Everything is synced up. That's why the moon controls the oceans, and that's why we're all in sync with everything. And because we are one with nature, we're one with the earth. If we did the 13-month year, every single day would fall on the same day every single month, and we would come back into complete alignment, not just with all of our chakras and who we are, but we would root back into Mother Earth as we extend back up to our higher selves. And of course, if you throw that off, it throws many of us out of discord, and therefore we're not fully in alignment with our higher selves. I wanted to jump on today. There's a lot of stuff that's been coming to me all morning. Many of you know I channel the divine and exquisite Mary Magdalene. For those that don't know, I am a trans medium, which is a channeler, and my Sunday services, the beautiful Mary Magdalene steps through every Sunday and brings forward lovely guidance and words for everyone in attendance. We've also had other people join us. There has been many artists, many politicians on the other side, many people that have stepped through me to bring forward information to the congregation about what's happening on this earth, especially at this time. Mary has never been wrong. She gave us a few warnings last year about certain things that were coming up, and all of that happened. We were joined by a very beautiful princess that told us that there was going to be a passing, that something was going to happen with the royal family. And as we know, that did occur in that month. So there's been a lot of stuff that she has come through with, and many of the other guides that we have talked about and brought up. And because of everything that's swirling right now and everything that's coming into play, there's a lot of information. So I'm going to bring just a small bit of that to you today. I do want to say on Monday the 15th, which is 3 days from now, this is 2 days, we're on Saturday. So Monday the 15th, 7:30 at night, Eastern time, 5 p.m. California time in America, I will be doing a live event of channeling with Mary Magdalene. We have a lot of people coming in person, but it's also an online event. So if you would like to join that, I will link the website below, and you can jump on there and sign up and join us for this Monday night. You can bring your questions, and you can ask Mary and the guides that will be there anything that you've always wanted to ask them. Mary is really beautiful with bringing forward really beautiful guidance and also clarity on everything that's going on. So that's this coming Monday at 7:30 p.m. So here's what I want to let you know today. I've had so many people coming up. I do services on a Sunday afternoon, and I'm giving messages. I'm a medium also. And so I have a lot of loved ones and family members and angels and galactic guides and people stepping in. And a lot of people over these past 2 weeks keep asking, well, what's happening this year? What's happening this year? So as we know, we are moving through a time on this earth that's never actually happened like this. And yes, there is a lot of turmoil and there's a lot of upheaval, which means a lot of swirling of multiple different energies. That was supposed to happen. It was all supposed to go like this. So don't think, oh, I got stuck. I'm a time traveler and I got stuck here. Well, you got stuck here and came here for a reason. So with everything that's happening, they're not going to show everything that's happening in the world, but please know there are miracles happening every single day. There is so much light flooding this earth, and things are shifting and changing every single day. Now, yes, a lot of these questions have been on aliens and star people and the galactics and what's their part in this. Well, they have been here for a long time. There are many of us joining us at this time and many who are working with a lot of us at this time. There is going to be more and more disclosure. Mary had said on Sunday at the service that this year would bring full disclosure. So you are going to start to see a lot of interactions with that on this earth with them and humans. There's going to be a lot of things happening in public places. So just have an extra awareness. It's not saying completely stay away, but have an extra awareness about big public places, theme parks, malls, anywhere that congregates a lot of people, airports, subway stations, anything that there's a lot of people coming together. Just be aware that that is on the timeline for this year. It doesn't mean that you have to get into that vibration of fear, because that doesn't help anything, but just be super conscious of that whenever you're going out and about and feel it out. If you know you're going to be in a theme park, just feel into yourself and really get, when you feel into yourself, give in to the other side, into your higher self, and just ask, is this a safe space for me at this time? Is this a place that I should be at this time? And if they come back and say, yes, you're fine, have at it, go for it. But if you suddenly feel I'm not supposed to be there, don't go. You need to listen to your own internal guidance on this, which is all of your guides, which is all of them stepping in and letting you know. Many of you at this time, I'm not saying you watching, but there are many out there that are not listening to their internal guidance. They're putting the power outside of themselves. They're thinking that they don't have the power and they don't have the guidance within them to know when to walk, to know when to turn in this direction or go in that direction or do certain things. So here's a couple of things with that. Number one, like we just talked about, just be hyper aware of public places coming this year. Number two, if anybody tells you that they have the answers to everything, run, because no one does. There's no such thing. All of them that step in from spirit, all the beautiful guides and ascended masters, and many of the Pleiadians and Arcturians, and all of the ones that step in with me, they step in and they will give as much as they can in accordance with natural law. They can't come in and tell you absolutely everything. They are not allowed to, because number one, it kind of ruins the adventure. You cannot know everything that's going to happen to you, because would you do it? If you knew certain outcomes, would you actually do that? Would you sign up for that knowing that that's how that certain thing was going to end on that path? Probably not. And also, it takes away from the experience. And the only reason why we're in these bodies is for this grand experience. We are here to learn. We are here to take the wisdom and the knowledge from all of it and expand who we are. So if we know everything, we're not going to participate. We're going to say, well, send me back. And keeping in mind, on the other side, there exists a thing called pure knowledge. So when you're on the other side and you're out of these meat suits, as we call them, these flesh and blood suits, you're back in your astral body. And when you're in your astral body, your light body, you have pure knowledge. But it doesn't mean you've had the experience. So when you have that pure knowledge, you know everything, but you haven't experienced it in certain bodies. So therefore you choose, hey, I'm going to go in at this time. Oh, that's happening on Earth. Great. I'm going to sign up and I'm going to be part of that. And I'm going to go into this body to have this experience. Now, keep in mind with this, there is such a thing as the law of karma. There has to be. There has to be a checks and balances in the universe. That's why Newton always said for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So what you put out does come back. It always does. You don't have to know the capacity in which it's going to come back, but it's going to come back. So that's why we always say, whatever you put out into the universal field is received, and it shall come back. That's why you have to walk and talk and be and lead with kindness and love and compassion and seeing the good in others. Now, this does not mean putting blinders on and pretending that the dark doesn't exist. We all know it exists. Of course it does. We can't have day without night. We could never appreciate the day if that's all we had. We need the night to suddenly see the day and appreciate everything that it brings. So yes, we live in a world of duality, always. But I promise you, when I tell you, there is more good on this earth than not. There is more light on this earth than dark. And because all of these things are being exposed, especially in the last 3 years, exposed and all of that dark has risen, that's because so much more light has flooded in. So as we move through this new year, remember, when do flowers come about? Flowers come in the spring. So when we spring, which is come March, April time, that's the time to then step back out. Now is the time for hibernation and really mulling things over and enjoying this time where the buds have not yet come out of the soil, which is you. It's okay to feel like you're kind of in that darkness, because before the bud pops, it has to be in that darkness. It has to be in that soil. It has to be moving through all of that, not knowing when it's going to flower. So seed right now, enjoy the seeding and don't rush to do everything. Why do you think so many people, they make these New Year resolutions and then come February, they're done? Because it's not the right time. They are not synced in. You have to sync in with the earth, with the planet, with her seasons. It's not the right time to be setting all of those goals for right now. Enjoy this process, and come March or April, it's time to step out. So yes, this is a creation year. This is a coming back year. In numerology, it's an 8, which means everything you're seeding right now is coming back to you, and it's a positive year. That means so much goodness, so much goodness. So as we move in and we're seeing all of this stuff come about, of course, with the galactics, with everything that's coming to the surface, don't focus on the negative of it. Because what do you do when you plug yourself into that? You feed it. Don't feed it. You can be aware of it. Okay, that's happening. Great. Well, if that's happening, what is the solution to that? What is the alternate to that? Because I want to be a part of that. Okay, we've got this. Great. Then let's create the solution. Let's be a part of the healing, of the light, of bringing of the new. That's what we are. We are more powerful than you could ever possibly imagine. And when we sync up and we come back into alignment of who we are, we step in to our universal consciousness, into our divine mind, into our God selves, and we sync back up to who we are. And the minute we do that, it's like flipping on the light. You suddenly see everything, and you suddenly have that power contained to say, okay, no more of that. I want to be a part of building the new, of stepping into this. When they bring disclosure on certain incidents this year, there's going to be many false flags. So don't get sucked into the false flags. They're not real. They're not real. Say, okay, I see what's happening there. Again, I'm going to sync up to the solution. Why do you think the news on television does not have one show every single day that focuses on the good news of the world, the miracles of the world, everything that's happening all over the world that's beautiful? They don't want you in that consciousness. They want you in the fear-based. Be afraid, be worried. Oh my gosh. I had a reading with a woman yesterday, and she says, well, I just don't know how to feel because it's an election year. And I said, then you have lost who you are. You have given all of your power away to one person? Of course not. You are more powerful than anything. You can't give your power away to one situation or one person. Take it back. That's what all of this has been about. The past 3 and 4 years, all of this has been about that. It's about taking your power back. And when we sync up from that place of saying, no, I get to pick, I get to choose. This is my incarnation. This is my body, my source, my power. The minute we step back into that and we sync up with everybody else, everything shifts. Everything. We literally change the world because we have changed the universal field. Do not get caught up in the news and the this and the that. That's all fear-based. Do not turn it off. Come back into yourself. Get synced back up into your power and your light. That's what you are. That's what you came from. Step into it. Be that. And if you're finding it hard, it's because you've given that power away. Take it back. Take it back. No one owns you. No one owns your emotions, your thoughts, your feelings, none of it. You do. You do. So coming into this year, be that again. Step back into that again. Oh, interesting. We've got aliens in a mall. Okay, great. About time. Wonder what that was. Great. We're going to sync back up. Oh, we've got this happening. Oh, that went down. Oh, that is tragic. Okay. It doesn't mean lose compassion. It doesn't mean that. You can have compassion and have love, but you must lift back in to that light being that you are. I promise you, you have more power in you. And if you have not stepped into it right now, you will this year, because we are in the infinity. Everything is about coming home. Come home to your power, come home to your light, and never again forget who you are. 369, 369. Nikola Tesla used to talk about it all the time. 369. That is your God consciousness. That is your divine source. That is you. Be that. Love yourself first. It's going to be a great year. Have nothing to fear. Have nothing to worry. Just come back home and know that you have the power and you have always had the power. Namaste.